Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Infi versus Romantic. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice, wow, why is this? Okay, I need to adjust my microphone. Kids have been playing with it while I'm not looking, and hopefully everything is getting underway. This is going to be a human versus night elf matchup taking place here on Concealed Hill. Infi has now spawned as the red night elf player over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have Romantic spawning as the blue human. How is this particular match going to go down? And eagle-eyed viewers will know that Infi... Wow, this is... Alright, this is... Come on. Do I need to, like, readjust this here? Readjust this here? Alright. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that Infi has really changed up his race as of late, and I think this is going to become a more permanent change. In the past, he just didn't like mirror matches, but he has been playing a lot more ladder matches here. Wow, Crota, you live at a time like this? Yes, it is, in fact, a holiday, a federal holiday. My kids are currently upstairs working on some worksheets, giving me some time to do a little bit of casting since I won't be able to do it later. But I did want to get in some games, but thank you for noticing my unusual schedule as games are currently underway. Now, it is going to be a footman and archmage opening up, most likely against a keeper of the grove. No big surprises here, and we are going to be wondering, or I am wondering, what exactly Infi's strategy is going to be. Most of the time, night elf players do in fact clear out one relatively easy creep camp, and then will they try to get to level 2, or will it try and do a little bit of harassment? Yeah, I usually only stream when I'm asleep, sadly. Hey, hello everyone. Apparently people are glad that I am creeping out, or not creeping out, I am casting out a little bit earlier than normal, as the Forest Troll Berserker will get taken down. Meanwhile, off on the other end, it's fine for Europe. It's 7 p.m. here. Alright, well, maybe I'll actually get more viewers from Europe this time around, as opposed to casting, say, at like 3, 4 in the morning for some players over there. Anyways, let's clear out the Forest Troll Trappers, the Forest Troll Berserkers, and once those get taken out, we'll see what the follow-up play is going to be. Archmage picks up Claws of Attack +6. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove continuing the creeping strategy here, now going after this 4-2-2 creep camp, not to be confused with the 4-1-1 creep camp on Turtle Rock. Sea turtles as opposed to sea turtle hatchlings. Now getting finished up. They do in fact have heavy armor though, so they take a little bit less damage from the forces of nature as opposed to, say, that medium armor, which is rather common on some of those turtles. Now, let's take a look at what's happening here. Keeper of the Grove going to continue to bring out those forces of nature. And this is one of the reasons why Force of Nature is just that strong. You're able to flank your opponent as long as you have a little bit of casting range. And it really breaks down a lot of positioning. Yes, they are rather easy to take out. You know, only 300 hit points. You're able to dispel magic, abolish them rather fast, but it does take a little bit of time to get the necessary spell first. Back off to the north, Archmage is sitting at level 2. Looks like the Ogre Magi will get taken out here. I don't believe level 3 will be given. Yeah, it's still a little bit shy right there, as Militia now heading back. Both sides have yet to do any serious, well, scouting of each other. You're going to quickly notice is, wait, that is just an illusion. Do not overthink it, as we are now looking at all of these units getting finished off. Now, let's come back around and let's take a look as the Archmage does get to level 3, leaving a Water Elemental there to try and finish off everything. He is actually really trying to put down pressure before, I believe, we get to Tier 2 and Dryads. Being able to put down the pressure at this point is incredibly important. You see a cancellation of that Moonwell. Are we going to see a cancellation of the Hunter's Hall, as the footmen are going to be trying to fight back here? We are going to be looking at some detonations. There you go. Water Elemental quickly taken out, as well as the footmen have to be extremely careful. They are fighting up against a large, or with a bunch of Moonwells nearby, and fighting next to Moonwells is, well, as you would imagine, rather dangerous. The units have a lot more hit points. You see a couple of entangles go down. Romantic is in trouble. I think he is bitten off more than he can chew. He's now trying to fight back here, but a footman will get finished off. We could see another... Nope, no additional entangles. I would have thought maybe perhaps a Moonwell use in order to get another entangle, but no, did not do that at all. Romantic retreating down 5 supply. He was able to force a Scroll of Town Portal from his opponent, but he did end up giving his opponent a lot more experience. Keeper of the Grove now coupled with that Goblin Alchemist. That's going to be a very strong 1-2 combination, as the Alchemist has a large amount of hit points, and what that allows the Alchemist to do is actually just tank much of that damage. Ogre Lord, oh, what's going to happen here? Finishes off an Archer, trying to try to finish off more units. There is a Shockwave, trying to perhaps get a little bit more damage there. Who's going to get the final shot off? 59 gold for... That is going to be for Infi, as the Archmage now looking to get back as well. Boots of Speed on the Archmage allows him to get away, but there is going to be an entangle. Are we going to perhaps use a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, we will. All right. Archmage uses a Scroll of Town Portal to save himself. I believe... Yeah, yeah, Download crossover here, uses a Scroll of Town Portal to save himself. Also very low on hit points. I believe there is a Fountain of Health here, and there is enough time for that Archmage to get a good amount of hit points before this creep camp actually wakes up. However, Infi is going to be in a very good spot right now, knowing that the Archmage has to pretty much stay stationary. He's not going to be able to move out, not going to be able to creep out easily, even with a Scroll of Regeneration at this point, as the Alchemist picks up a Pendant of Energy. Nice item there. Also using that illusion, that 725 hit point illusion, absorbing a good amount of damage, even though it took double damage there, still able to get away. Back off to the north here. Wisp could get taken down. Oh, we saw a little bit of a cancellation right there. I don't know if that was actually worth it. Are we going to actually see... there was a detonation. Finally, the Archmage may have gotten a little bit too close. Mountain King now has Boots of Speed. Boots of Speed have once again fallen back into favor. If you don't remember, back in patch or early 1.29 or 1.30, there was an overall buff to hero movement speed, which had a lot of players not getting Boots of Speed any longer. Now, Mountain King with those Boots of Speed will relive his days of old, being able to throw Storm Bolts and chase down units. There is another boulder toss onto the Keeper of the Grove, as you see another boulder now onto that Keeper of the Grove again. Mountain King trying to get in front. You can take a look. There is an entangle onto the Mountain King. Mountain King taking far too much damage right now, as the entangle has lasted much longer than I would have expected. Footman now trying to get away. Mountain King now trying to head back here, as the Chemical Raging Alchemist with Unholy Aura able to head back home. Hold on one second. Did you guys... Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. Let me get back into the game, as we are taking a look. Alchemist with that Unholy Aura. Keeper of the Grove still using Clarity Potions, trying to make sure and maintain a good amount of mana. However, the Archmage Riflemen are going to be forced to back up again. We don't see an Acid Bomb this time around. Stormbolt onto a Wisp, but a quick follow-up detonation. Mountain King unable to finish that off. Alright, units are going to be heading back off to the north. Romantic, once again, does have a slight supply advantage, but you must not forget Infi is about to set up his expansion here and take the economic advantage. Back down to the south, Rifleman getting entangled. It's going to get finished off very, very quickly. I don't know, maybe if you got entangled, you got a little bit of additional armor, since there's all those arrows that are right there. Alchemist, gets staffed of Preservation and saved right there. Keeper of the Grove. What's going to happen here? Mountain King goes for a Stormbolt just onto a simple Archer. That will get finished off, and you got to be careful right here, as we're taking a look at all of these forces of nature getting taken down. Let's take a look. The Priest do have Adept training, but not enough mana right now, as the Archmage only sitting at level 3. And let's take a look back at the Chemical Raging, Alchemist. Mountain King needs to get away. Are we going to see a Dispel Magic? Archmage or Mountain King unable to get saved, as we take a look. Another Staff of Preservation, the cooldown on that, one of my biggest gripes, as that... Well, the cooldown only at 60 seconds, allowing him to save that Goblin Alchemist twice. Back at the other end, Mountain King is getting resurrected. It is at level 2. It will take some time. And what is going to be the follow-up play here? More action coming back. It looks like this is just a trailing battle. Priest, however, not enough mana to really keep this army alive. And then without the Mountain King, the Alchemist has been able to play his game pretty efficiently. The range in the backside alongside all of that additional negative armor. That negative armor really causing problems as it allows focus fire to be that much more effective. When you're able to deal more damage at a range and be able to hit multiple units without being standing right next to it, well, that damage does start to add up very, very quickly. More riflemen are being added. We are getting level 2 weapons upgrades, but is it too little too late? Infi, even though he does have the smaller army, has been winning every engagement so far. Alchemist now attempting to take down the Red Drake off over here. Pressure being put down onto the Ancient of Lore. And, well, where is that Mountain King? Mountain King should be making its way out, but it is not rejoining in on the fight as of yet. Alright, let's take a look. Staff of Preservation could, yes, send the pen or the Alchemist all the way back. He did drop that Pendant of Energy, Belt of Giant Strength, as you noticed. And all he really got in that exchange was taking down one production building. Mountain King sitting at level 2. Level 2 Brilliance Aura. Mountain King finally able to regroup up with the rest of the army. Hello, how are you doing? As we're heading our way back down across here. Dryads. Well, with large amounts of damage. Riflemen trying to just dance away. What is the range on a Dryad? Dryad range is 500, so it is slightly less than, well, 20% less, or what riflemen have 20% more. Yeah, I gotta make sure I say that right. As the riflemen now making their way back down here. Alright, no mortar teams to know of. Alchemist is sitting at level 3. We could be looking at level 2 Acid Bomb as in comes the Dryads. Dryads with their very fast movement speed already coming into position here. Are we going to perhaps get some Dispel Magic detonations onto Priest, and Priest already having a bit of a problem there. Mountain King perhaps could try and fire off a Stormbolt. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove did take far too much damage there. There's a Staff of Preservation trying to save. Footmen do not have Defend. And this is something that I thought Romantic would have corrected much longer ago. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove, Scroll of Healing quickly being used. Scroll of Town Portal followed up. There goes a Dryad. Are more units going to end up falling? There goes another Dryad as well, as the units now heading back to try to put pressure onto the Tree of Life. What happened to the common strategy of humans expanding very early on? Doesn't, that, I will address that after this game. Alright. Tree of Life about to get finished off here. Archmage looking to poke this down. Meanwhile, turning back around. Dryads and Alchemist is ready to lead on into this position. Acid Bomb spreading all of that damage. And yeah, that -4 armor plus range plus damage causing so many problems as guard towers are now getting added back up. Mountain King coming back around. Footman gonna get finished off. There goes a Dryad though as the Alchemist is in that front position. There goes another Acid Bomb across multiple units. Scroll of Healing trying to save that Rifleman and is able to head back just a little bit as that Chemical Raging Alchemist is really diving in all over the place. Beautiful Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used just in time as the Mountain King now sits at level 3. Alright, Dryads are starting to get poked apart. Romantic does have a slight supply advantage. Is he going to be able to translate that as the Mountain King looks to get a little bit more mana? Back up to 76. You could throw a Stormbolt. Yes, there's a Staff of Preservation. We all saw that coming a mile away as the Riflemen at 52 supply able to poke down much of that damage. Scout Tower about to be finished. Going to make it much more difficult for that Keeper of the Grove with a Force of Nature to do anything. Also, Entangle is not going to work out nearly as well. Let's take a look back across over here. Arcane Tower, yes, eats some of that precious mana off of that Keeper of the Grove as the fight is still raging on. Acid Bomb across multiple units. Dryad looks like it's doing a little bit of a dangerous stance. Keeper of the Grove now at level 5. Mountain King sitting at level 3 has some mana. Is going to be able to Stormbolt anything. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove taking a lot of damage and now gets an Entangle off onto the Archmage. Archmage has a Potion of Healing trying to get away. Alchemist trying to squeeze on its way through as both sides are just going way too deep. And it looks like this one Arcane Tower is going to cause enough problems as the Mountain King should have enough mana for a Stormbolt, but goes after the Archer instead. Archmage continuing this fight here. Mountain King could be pulling back. Could finish off this Alchemist. Alchemist is in trouble. Staff of Preservation saves again. as the Tree of Life will get taken down. Romantic, even though it felt like he continually lost a lot of battles, looks like he's going to take this game, and there is the leave without the economic advantage. Infi decides to leave. Take a look at the overall score. You can see Romantic scored less, but really he continued that pressure and he never let Infi capitalize on that expansion. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.